Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Shong. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Last week, when addressing lawmakers on the threats posed by China's increasing military pressure, Taiwan's Defense Minister Chiu Kuo-cheng stated that Chinese fighter jets or drones that intrude into Taiwan's territorial airspace will be regarded as a first strike. Chiu did not specify how Taipei would respond if Chinese aircraft breaches the territorial limit, defined as 12 nautical miles from the island's shores. In the past, we said we won't be the first to strike, which meant we will not fire the first shot without China firing artillery shells or missiles first, Chiu Kuo-cheng said. But now, the definition has obviously changed as China used means such as drones, so we have adjusted and will view any crossing of aerial entities as a first strike, Chiu added. Earlier this year, Taiwanese President Tsai Ing-wen said the military would take necessary and forceful countermeasures as appropriate against what she called Chinese gray zone warfare tactics, including drone harassment. We will not give China the pretext to create a conflict. We will not provoke disputes, and we will be restrained. Yet, that does not mean we will not counteract, Tsai said. What are the countermeasures? Chiu said the Taiwan military definitely has its red line when it comes to the island's defense. He did not specify what the red line is and what those countermeasures will be. Tensions between Beijing and Taipei are at the highest they've been in recent decades. Chinese military have been holding major military drills near the island. Following the visit of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to Taiwan in early August, China stepped up military pressure tactics on the island, sending fighter jets across the median line of the Taiwan Strait. Since then, an average of 10 Chinese military aircraft per day have flown across the median line, dividing the Taiwan Strait or into the southwestern corner of the island's larger air defense identification zone, according to Bloomberg compiled data. So far, Chinese military aircraft and warships have kept well outside the smaller 12 nautical mile area that Taiwan regards as defining its territorial sea and airspace. Taiwan would react militarily if Chinese forces cross the 12 nautical mile line. Taiwan is trying to reassert a buffer zone that China has eroded. For decades, the median line had served as an informal demarcation line between the two, with military incursions across it being rare. The median line was devised by a U.S. general in 1954 at the height of Cold War. The Taiwan Strait is some 180 kilometers wide, and at its narrowest, the median line is about 40 kilometers from Taiwan's waters. China never officially recognized it, but PLA had largely respected it. Beijing's recent incursions have shattered that understanding. China has changed the status quo and is establishing a new normal. Taiwanese military plan to continue to patrol and train east of the line, Mr. Chiu said. Still, Taiwan wants to minimize the risk of an accident that results in miscalculation, he added. China's military drill in August are largely seen as a rehearsal for a potential blockade of the island. The potential blockade would spark a global financial crisis and, by law, trigger a response from the U.S. On September 1st, after repeated repel method failed, Taiwan shot down a civilian drone near Kinmen Island. U.S. President Joe Biden recently remarked that U.S. military personnel would defend Taiwan if the Chinese military were to launch an invasion. Under the One China policy, the U.S. acknowledges China's position that Taiwan is part of China, but has never officially recognized the Communist Party's claim to the self-governing island of 23 million. The US provides Taiwan with defensive weapons, but has remained intentionally ambiguous on whether it would intervene militarily in the event of a Chinese attack. According to the US intelligence community, China is actively building a military capable of taking over Taiwan, even in the face of US support for the island. Earlier this year, CIA Deputy Director David Cohen said that while China's leaders would prefer to gain control of Taiwan through non-military means, they want the country's military to have the capability to take control of the island by 2027 should such a decision be made. At the Congress of China's ruling Communist Party scheduled to begin on October 16th, Taiwan is set to be a core issue and a top agenda. Chinese President Xi Jinping is widely expected to secure a third term in power and could face greater pressure to bring Taiwan under Beijing's rule as part of a longer-term goal of national rejuvenation. China regards Taiwan as a breakaway province awaiting reunification by force if necessary. China says its armed forces have a right to operate around Taiwan as it is Chinese territory. Taiwan rejects China's sovereignty claims, saying, as the People's Republic of China has never ruled Taiwan, only the island's 23 million people have the right to decide their future. Russia's invasion of Ukraine has also brought a new focus on China's vow to bring Taiwan under its control. The vast majority of Taiwanese reject the idea of coming under control of China's authoritarian one-party communist system. Russia's failure to achieve its military goals in Ukraine has been a shot in the arm for those advocating for Taiwan's counteroffensive against China's attempts at diplomatic, cultural, and economic isolation. Also on last week, Deputy Economics Minister Chen Zhenqi said that the government was prepared to ensure adequate supplies of food, energy, and other critical goods, including those crucial for the high-tech manufacturing industry, in the event of Chinese aggression. Chen also said Taiwan was firm in safeguarding trade secrets and key national technologies and ensuring its top scientific talent is not poached by China. Export controls are in place to ensure Taiwanese products cannot be used in the Chinese military, he said, adding those measures were being constantly updated in consultation with allied nations and any loopholes were swiftly plugged. As the old saying, God favors those who are prepared. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.